This one shocked the world. It took 2 years to find the black boxes of that plane. On some international flights, there are 3 pilots on board. The co-pilot wanted to climb, but the aircraft was still too heavy. It had taken off from Rio just 3 hours earlier, so it was still carrying a lot of fuel. The plane couldn't climb properly with that weight. Let's pause here for a second. The pitot tube is what measures the aircraft's speed relative to the air. In this case, the heating system on the pitot tubes wasn't sufficient under certain weather conditions. When the temperature dropped to a certain point, it couldn't melt the ice. The moisture hitting the tubes instantly turned into ice crystals. Those ice crystals formed on all 3 pitot tubes at the same time. When that happens, the computer, the system that essentially flies the plane, loses reliable airspeed data. So the system basically says, "Human, you take over. I don't have valid information anymore." At that point, the younger pilots started pulling back on the controls, trying to climb, thinking, "I need to get out of this situation." But why him and not the more experienced pilot? That's a question that still remains. The pilot on the right kept pulling back, and the aircraft began to climb. But remember, it was too heavy to climb. So it kept going up, losing more and more speed, until it reached a point where it stalled. Instead of nosediving, the plane started descending with its nose still pointed upward. Then the alarm started. Stall, 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 meaning it was losing lift. There wasn't a clear sensation of falling because at that point there was no longer acceleration. When the captain returned, he shouted, "Lower the nose! Lower it!" The pilot started to push the nose down. The plane began to regain speed, but it was too late. The aircraft hit the ocean.